What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. The link will be in the description box below. The death of lovemaking. Um, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and we were just clowning on the phone, and then it turned into this conversation. Well, as a woman, she's she's like foreplay, man. I don't know. Shoot, dudes don't know what that is anymore. And I laughed and was like, nobody makes love anymore. That's what she was telling me. And I was like, well, you may be right, but the thing about it is, sex is an act. Making love is something different. You have to actually um, have some type of relationship to make love. You gotta actually care about the person and have a connection that's beyond sexual to be able to make love. So that's why there's a death of making love. Like that's why it's not what it. That's why you don't see it anymore. That's why you don't hear it in the music. That's why you don't see it in the interactions. That's why you don't see as much genuine affection on dates. That's why you don't you know that's why relationships are at odds because the sex is obviously abundant, but the love making is completely absent. And some of the reasons are some of the things I just said. Like, think about it. If you're in a society where the men and women are adversarial, then of course you're basically trying to get over on each other. So there is no way to please each other. You're not trying to please each other. You're trying to, you know, if I'm trying to get a girl to give me head, is it then I'm trying to beat her out of some head basically. Not physically beat her, for some of you stupid people who don't get things. um, but I'm trying to hustle her to give me some head for free, and me not give her any in return. Now, if it was love making, she would want to do it because she would want to get me off, because she wants me to get off. Same thing with women, if you learn a woman and you learn your lady and you find out what's her thing, what turns her on, what drives her wild, and you want to do those things, not because you necessarily like doing them, but you like making her happy. And we're in a time where we're not trying to make each other happy because we feel like we're gonna get shortchanged for doing it because there is no reciprocity. Beyond that, you know, there is no foreplay. There is no on a mass level. There is no foreplay. There is no you got a phone, you can connect with somebody anywhere. There is no flirting with them through text messages all day. You know, instead you're probably calling and texting to see where they at, so you can keep tabs on an adult, which basically does torpedoes the relationship and doesn't build it. There is no um, making plans about what you're gonna do when you get home. You know, there is no this is what we cooking tonight. This is what I'm doing tonight. You make the food. I'm bringing the wine. There is none of that. You know, uh, I remember I had a I don't know if I told this story before. I had a ex, and she has a child. I have a child. At the time, I think she had kids after that, but I told her to watch the kids, and I'm gonna go to her house and bring the kids over her house, like watch them, feed them, and then we'll put them to bed at her house, and just be there in about 45 minutes, right? And what I did was I went to her house, set up a little romantic kind of bubble bath, with wine and chocolates and all that other stuff. But her mind was so far gone on some other shit that she waited about 10 minutes, packed the kids up, drove to her house, like, what them bitches that you trying to fuck? and and while she's there and she sees the layout, she's like, oh. I'm like, that ruined the mood. But I know more females who are like that, who are so, hell bent on being in drama or creating drama. There is no love making, because sometimes you got to understand something. Some people like drama to the point where they'll create it even if it doesn't exist. So there is no way to create a loving relationship when you're dealing with a person who only loves to be in a dysfunctional situation. So it creates a disconnection. That's the death of lovemaking. Um, Another thing about it that I've learned is, you can't make love to somebody that you feel like is using you or you're being used by. Thus, getting back to what I was talking about earlier, about people like beating everybody out of stuff. You got people who are dinner whores. I can't make love to no dinner whore because she's just always trying to be out eating for free or be on the scene advertising for somebody else. She wants, if you always want to be on the scene in the spotlight, there ain't really a connection you can make with the person because the person is just using you to take them out to get more attention. They're not, that's the same thing that goes when people go out and they dressed up. Are you looking good for the person you with, or are you looking good for other people? Because if I'm with a woman says, "Look, I like you when you in those slacks and that dress shirt and that tie with the sleeves rolled up." Okay, well when we go out to this thing, I got you. That's what That's what you want. We got it. We can make that happen. But if I turn around and say, listen, I like you uh, in those heels in that dress, not that dress, and you say, I don't want to wear that because I don't like it. I want to wear this, and I'm okay. So why? Okay, so what turns me on doesn't matter, right? You know, I got to compete with these women. I want to do like this to blah blah blah. You know, so at that point it creates a disconnection because, like I said before, if she says she likes me in slacks and a dress shirt, tie and sleeves roll up, and I come out there in some jeans and a t-shirt, it's gonna be like, really? I was trying to set the mood, which is another problem with the death of uh, love making is nobody can set the mood anymore. Nobody understands, how to create the situation that you want later on at night. That's what I was alluding to earlier with the text message. You're supposed to get up in the morning, go your separate ways, tell a person you're thinking about them, tell a person how much you're feeling them, you miss them, blah, etc., etc. Can't wait to see you. You know, I got, I got something for you when you get back. You know, now I got you. I just got this dick. You see, you ain't just gonna be sending dick pics on the job. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to step your game up as far as um, flirting because the outside world is gonna always aggravate a human being because of everybody and their issues and them carrying their issues and baggage with them and wanting everybody to be miserable with them. So people are gonna get driven crazy just by that in general. Like they're just gonna, you know, people are just gonna be suspect with that. But the problem with it is, if when you come in the house and you're having sex out of frustration, then of course, for one, the sex is gonna be quicker. It's just gonna be wham bam, thank you, ma'am, because I'm pissed off. I just want to get a nut. Bah, 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 bah. Oh, it's over. But the thing about that is that may satisfy one party and not the other, which causes the other party to be unsatisfied and we may maybe go look for attention elsewhere because the sex is about you getting yours and the other person. This is a 100-meter dash. You're coming. Like if I crossed the finish line for you and I was there in 9.94 seconds and you was there in 10.1, you lost, right? So it shouldn't be that way, but it is. And I'm just pointing out some issues that have contributed to the death of lovemaking. We out.